Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the Builders Diaries, where I build a business and a body at the same time. Today, I'm just going to be talking about a couple of different things. I want to talk about coffee. I want to talk about coffee and see if it actually helps you or hurts you as an entrepreneur. I want to share my journey, share my story, share my thoughts about it as a holistic health practitioner and kind of what I feel like, because I have a journey with coffee. I also want to talk about what I am working on right now. It's the end of the year. So what am I working on for my marketing company? What are those end of year things that you probably should be thinking about if you have a company as well? Maybe you're a coach, maybe you're a consultant. What should you be thinking about right now? Because it's the end of the year. And how am I going to be moving forward to get more clients in my marketing company? So let's get into it. First off, you guys, coffee. Now, this is an interesting subject I really love to talk about because everybody has their own feelings about coffee. A lot of people are very, very highly addicted to coffee, and I used to be one of these people, and I've kind of struggled with coffee, so I want to share my experience because maybe it can help you. Maybe it can, make you feel like you're not so alone because I think other people feel like this. And I know, especially when I struggle with coffee stuff, when I talk to people, they're like, yeah, I deal with that too. And it's funny because I think I feel like everyone drinks coffee, but when I start talking to people, they're like, no, I do not touch that stuff. It is not good for me. So it's interesting when you actually dig in deeper, people don't actually drink as much coffee as you really think. So I guess my story kind of goes back all the way to childhood. I remember my mom being very, very big into drinking coffee. Like she had to have her cup of coffee or you didn't talk to her. And it was kind of one of those things I just saw growing up. And growing up, I've always had a lot of energy, you guys. I always have energy. Energy was never an issue for me. So I didn't really drink caffeine to get energy, but I drink coffee here and there. I don't remember it ever being like a major problem or ever being really reliant on it until about 2019. I I was working full time in 2019 and I was drinking a lot of coffee. I was drinking coffee during work. I was drinking cold brews. I was drinking espresso. I was drinking a ton of coffee. I was probably like 3 times a day drinking coffee, like so much. And around this time too, I was also have a lot of anxiety and a lot of depression, anxiety, panic attacks, a lot of these things too. Just not really connecting the two at all. I was drinking heavily during this time as well. I was I was doing all these things. So I wasn't really connecting the dots between how I was feeling and what I was consuming. So kind of go on. And I think for me, it was like that rock bottom moment of, I remember being at my work Christmas party. It was over December. I think it was in 2000. It was either 2018 or 2019. I can't. It's weird because COVID times have like really ruined time for everybody. It's like hard to understand like when things happen because COVID time we literally just like lost 2 years and you're inside for 2 years. But I think it was 2018 or 19, but I remember being at my company Christmas party and I was actually the event planner at the time for our company. And it was out in the desert. And I remember going to Starbucks in the hotel and I think I got a cold brew with 2 shots of espresso in it at 3:30 p.m. And even the Starbucks people were like, are you sure? Like, that's a lot, And I was like, nope, I need it. And I didn't really think much of it, but I got hit with a major panic attack. And I remember I had to drive 2 hours from the desert back to my house that next morning after the Christmas party. And I don't even know how I got there, you guys. I felt like I was having panic attacks, but my whole body was shaking and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. And it was, to me, it was very, very obvious that coffee was making me feel this way. Coffee was making me feel more anxious. Coffee was making me feel these anxious feelings and this anxiety and the panic attacks. I never really connected it before. And I was just like, okay, I can't do this. So I quit cold turkey. I quit drinking coffee and I didn't really go back. I remember I switched over to Dandy Blend and I was drinking Dandy Blend a lot, which Dandy Blend is like chicory root and dandelion, and it tastes like coffee, but it's not coffee at all. And so you kind of get that coffee taste a little bit, but it helped. And so for me, I drank that in the morning. I got over my kind of like craving for that taste of coffee, and I got over it. And I went to fruit, and I went to raw food, and I literally just lived my life without caffeine for years, you guys. For years, I lived without caffeine, and it creeped back in recently. So my company, they like to give out Starbucks gift cards, and I have probably over $200 on my Starbucks gift card that just keeps racking up, and I never ate coffee. So I was just like, whatever, it's going to keep just like racking up. And so, probably like 6 months or so, or probably 6 months. Yeah. I was like, I don't know how long it's been, but probably about 6 months or so. I started going to Starbucks and I was like, let me just get a vanilla latte with coconut milk. And let me just get, this here and there. So I was getting just kind of random here and there and kind of like a treat. And so the random here and there coffees just turned into more, turned into every weekend, turned into more, turned into me actually drinking coffee at work. I remember there was like 2 or 3 days I was drinking coffee at work. And you guys, it's insane to me. It only took about 2 or 3 weeks of me just not even drinking every single day. I started feeling the panic attacks again. I started feeling anxious again. I started getting migraines. If I wasn't drinking coffee, I had migraines, you guys. This time last week, I did not feel good. I did not feel good at all. I had the worst migraine because I hadn't had any coffee. And then I started getting eye twitching. And so like right here, my face just started twitching, and it was twitching. So like for 2 days, the entire day, my face was twitching. And I'm just like, what the heck? This muscle in my face is twitching, you know? And so like it was all connected to the coffee. It was all connected. So I haven't had coffee now for over a week. It's been over a week. I'm not going to go back to coffee because if your body is reacting to something like that by not having it in the body, you shouldn't be putting that in the body, you know? And I think it was a huge just wake up to me of like, Kelly, don't do this. Like, don't go down this path anymore. Like, do not do this. And I don't think coffee gives me more energy. It doesn't make me more productive. Like, honestly, coffee made me worse. You know, it dehydrates you. I do remember being very thirsty when I was drinking a lot of coffee. So I'm done with coffee, you guys. Like, here, I'm going to say it right here. And I feel like I'm going to come back and watch this in a couple of years and be like, man, I didn't stick to that. But I'm going to stick to that because I don't want to feel like that, you guys. I don't want to have a substance control me. I don't want a substance to make me feel like that. I don't want a substance to give me headaches and give me eye twitching. You know, I was like, what the hell? My face is twitching. You know, that's not okay. And when I talk to other people, are like, oh, well, coffee doesn't do that to me. I drink it every day. It doesn't do that to me. I'm like, okay. Like, so it's just one of those things. Like, honestly, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you need to cut that out of your body. Like, you need to cut that out of your system. You don't want to be reliant on substances and things. It's an addiction, you guys. And I think it's something that definitely work to get out of your body because you don't want to be controlled by something, you know? And I remember watching my mom controlled by something, controlled by a substance as I was younger. And I never really wanted to be that way. So be careful because literally 1 or 2 times it'll creep in. And I know, I can't talk. It's creeped into me and it might creep back in one day. You never know. But right now is that big reminder of Kelly. I do not want to feel this way. I do not want to feel how I felt last week. I felt like crap, you guys. I did not feel good last week. And it was all because of coffee. So, dangers of coffee. But it's funny. Like, the more people I talk to now, they're like, I don't touch it. I don't touch that stuff. It's not for me. And it is not for me either, you guys. I am a pure fruit juice, 100% fresh squeezed fruit juice, celery juice, water, or herbal tea person. That is all. That's all you need. So, hopefully maybe you guys can, you know, resonate with my coffee story. Maybe you struggle with coffee as well because I feel like it grips a hold of you and it's so hard. It was weird to me because I didn't even have that much and then it was affecting me like how it was. So I don't know. But anyways, on to the end of the year. It is the end of the year and I am, you know, I just started up a marketing company. So I'm trying to think, okay, what can I do for the end of the year to set myself up for success for the next year? And this time last year, I was working on a 52-week video email series. So I filmed one video. It was about like a 5 to 10 minute video, 52 videos of, it was a holistic health tip. And so for the last year, anybody that has been on my holistic health or my anything to do with health or fitness or raw food, you've gotten these tips from me because it just automatically goes to your email. So about 600 people have been getting weekly tips emailed to them, weekly videos emailed to them of me talking about something. So I think I was talking about like dry rushing and green juices or yoga, like just random holistic, like super simple, easy topics. And it's just a video, just value. I'm not asking for anything. That's why I was able to keep running it because I got out of health coaching, but I'm like, hey, it's value to people. Like it's keep teaching people what I know. And so I'm like, this is good. Like I'll probably keep running them. Like anyone that signs up for any sort of my freebies, it's just automatically hooked in. You're going to get attached to it and you're going to go into that thing. So I was like, well, how can I do this for my marketing company? Because I'm not going to keep going with the health company anymore. The health company is done for me. So what can I do for my marketing company? How can I do a 52-week email series? And I do not have time to do videos because I have a client right now who I'm also doing an email series for, you know, the end of the year thing. So I'm like, I don't have time to film because filming took a lot of time. But what can I do? So I was really thinking about it and I was like, I want something that's cool, you know, and something that speaks to marketers, speaks to solo business owners, something that they would want. And so I thought of, I'm going to be coming out with a weekly email called Marketing and a Meal, where you get a marketing tip, you get an AI prompt to be able to use that marketing tip, and then you also get a delicious plant-based recipe. So I don't know very many marketers. They were also really, really pro plant-based eaters and really, really pro raw food eaters. But my group is going to be. So if you join my email list, you're going to be able to get most of the recipes are raw. Actually, there's smoothies, there's juices, there's some cooked foods in there that is all plant-based, all vegan. I don't think there's any meat whatsoever in any of these recipes. So yeah, I started that, which is really cool. I started it yesterday, and I put the first 8 weeks of emails in. So the first 8 weeks, starting on January 2nd, I think I'm going to start it. Probably that Thursday of the first of the year. You're going to start getting emails from me. So anybody that joins my marketing, email campaign is going to get those. People that have joined my email list and joined me through, cookbooks and the raw food stuff, they're not really going to get these. I might tease it and just be like, hey, if you guys, maybe at the end of that 52 series, be like, hey, I'm not doing this anymore. But if you still want recipes, come over here because you can get recipes. So I don't know how I'm going to handle that. I'm going to figure out how to handle that. But it's funny because I use AI right now as a business coach. I use AI. I talk to it. I all the time interact with it as a business coach. And I'm like, tell me what I need to do to move my business forward. Tell me what I need to do to be able to be making $12,000 a month in my side job. And so I tell it all the things I'm doing, everything I'm working on, everything I've done before, everything I've built before, and it helps me. It guides me, and it's really amazing. And so it told me to right now, don't focus on this email series because I got the idea. I already got it started. I already got most of it loaded. So it was like, don't do that right now. Right now, you need to be focusing on getting a freebie out for your marketing company because I need to have an offer. And I was kind of not wanting to do that. I was kind of wanting to just work with people and say, okay, what do you need? I'll do it and I'll do it. But now I'm like, let me just go after people and say, here's my offer. I will do bam, 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 these 3 things, and it's $3,000, bam. And I think I might do something like that just now, just so I can have a package. And when I go out and I do networking with the chamber, because I'm going to start going to the Chamber of Commerce events, when I start going to these networking things, I'm like, yeah, I've got this package. Here we go. And then I guess I can customize it, but then at least I have something that's like, here's my high ticket package and here's what I do and here's my services, and then I can kind of hopefully, my goal is to scale it. My goal is to bring people on and help me. Like, honestly, my goal of all of this is to be running a small boutique marketing agency. That's kind of the end goal. And the end goal is to sell that boutique marketing agency. But the first is get some help. So for me is I want to get 1 to 2 clients. I want to get some income coming in, and I want to bring on either a virtual assistant or a junior funnel designer. So I'm going to have someone come in and help me with funnels and help design funnels so we can kind of get this going. But we're really going to be focusing on just like, we're really only building custom GPTs. We're really only building email funnels, and we're really only doing email marketing. Those are the things I'm doing. Like, that's kind of like the system I'm going to be running. And I think eventually I'll be able to expand. Eventually, maybe I'll bring on someone that really knows social media, and they can come in as a social media team member, and they can help you with social media. I'm thinking through how this all works, but step by step, one by one. And with my business coach, my AI business coach, it's telling me what I need to be focusing on this week. So after this call, I'm going to be refining my discovery call. So what am I saying on the call with somebody that, if I'm like, hey, I can help you with your business, what is that call going to say? So I'm going to take some old discovery call scripts that I have and I've used before in my, pain-free living program that I was using. I'm going to take those old scripts, put them into AI, see if AI can work its magic and kind of tailor those to my new niche, my new industry, and the new type of person that I'm talking to, because it's a completely different conversation that I'm having now as opposed to when I was having it with my health clients. So it's fun. So I'm excited because, without this, I would be a little bit lost, I think. And I am one of these people that I love shiny object syndrome. I love to, oh my God, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this. And I'm like, no, as long as I'm talking to AI every day, I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? What are the main things? Because there's all these things I could do, but what are the main things I could do so I can have my end goal of selling my boutique? Because that's the end goal, is selling my business. Obviously, that should be most people's end goal if you start a business, to sell the business and make some money. That's kind of my end goal. So what is that end goal? How do I get there? How do I get there is I create an automated system where I can get clients. So I'm going to be creating a funnel, creating a sales page, and creating a lead magnet, which I already did. I created a free GPT lead magnet that I'm going to be pushing out there. So we'll see. I don't know, but that's like my main focus right now. So it told me to, maybe not work on the email series right now because you already have 2 months done. You can kind of keep doing that through February. You don't need to do it right now, but right now, I need to refine that offer. Right now, I need to work on that sales script. Right now, I need to know how to talk to clients and what to say to clients to get more clients. So that's my focus right now. And I really love it. If you guys use AI as well for your business or your business coach, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how you're using AI. If you use it like me, I use it so much. You guys, it's so crazy. Like, it's insane. Today, I actually used it for my end of year review. And I did it last year, which was great. And my boss, at the time, he was like, it was really long because, ChatGPT, I didn't know that you could change how it writes and all that. I kind of just copy and pasted and changed some things, and it was a long thing about like what I did. My boss was like, this was really, really, really lengthy, and he didn't really love reading all of it. So this year I made it very short and concise, made it to the point, and it took me about an hour and a half to use AI to do my end of year review, but it's a really, really good end of year review. Last year, I was able to get a 4% raise with AI. So let's see if I can do that again this year, which I believe I will. So anyways, that is all I have for you guys. I hope you are staying off the coffee. Happy holidays. It is Thanksgiving week this week right now. It's definitely not Thanksgiving week as you guys are watching this, but happy holidays. Stay true to your goals and don't let the holidays be an excuse to let your foot off the gas, you guys. Keep going. It's the end of the year. If anything, push even harder right now. All right. Take care, guys.